Thank you, Dr. Bali, for giving a kickstart, and my dear friend Vivek for calling me in today. But before I mention anything on the health point, guys, I hail down from upper north. I belong to Amritsar, a small town up north. And I'm reminded of speaking of health issues 22 years back. I was supposed to speak in Amritsar club over there, and the moment I went on the stage, and a sweet lady like her gave my introduction, the gentleman got up from the organizer and said, "Doctor Sahab, ruk jao, mere pehle ek sach das lein do." Like, "Haan ji, dasso ji." Kehde tod to pehla पिछले महीने इत्थे डॉक्टर नरेश तरेन आए सी स्कॉट्स तो ते उन्होंने सानू कहा कि दारू ना पियो, कहते साडे बंदे इत्थे नूडल्स खा रहे सी, कहते तुसी नूडल्स नहीं है सप खा रहे हो। देखो जी लोकी उठ के चले गए कि तुसी कुछ भी समझा रहे हो पर अमृतसर वाले को खान पीन बारे ना रोको। So I could understand the first essence of the game. The moment you speak about health and wellness and all those things, do not talk about alcohol, do not talk about those things. So from there on, I never speak about the oily foods and the greasy foods. Probably it's Punjabis are blessed with, and we Amritsaris are, getting to be captivated with that essence. So, can I have my presentation? Alright. No, volume I don't need, I am the volume. I am the volume. Yes, so I'll just move it here. So good health stands on strong pillars, and these are the strong pillars we will discuss across. Now, we spoke a lot about in the previous session on mobility. The role of mobility, and mobility is life, and that's what is extremely important going through. So I run a group called as Elite Orthopedics, which is the touching of all sectors of orthopedics, and arthritis is one of the biggest systems. When we define good health, how do you define health? Doctor visits, my blood samples, my blood reports, medical numbers focus, that's not health, that's disease. When you talk of health, health is how truly you activate your normal life, what is your mental health, your daily energy levels, independence, your ability to function. That is what is health. We don't talk about disease, we talk about prevention. And we were discussing initially on the modern lifestyle, and what modern lifestyle gives you across is stresses, long sitting hours, lack of mobility, sedentary lifestyle, and all these things are going to restrict motion. So once we understand health is a broad holistic phenomena, and inactivity is going to bring damage silently on, it will give you stiffness of the joints, muscle weakness, lethargy, mental fatigue, everything going hand in hand. So health protection has to start way before. Today holistic medicine says talk about prevention first and then talk about cure and surgeries and all those parameters. And joints play a very big role. They enable body movement, and healthy joints are going to enable your life, give you mobility and flexibility to every course of life that one would like to go on. So stability and all parameters are extremely important. We talk a big way about ergonomics. How do you sit on a workstation? How do you see your TV? Don't have your laptop on your bed while you're working through. Today I see a bundle of young women coming to me, teachers, IT workers with all neck pains, back pains. And the issue is this one: poor posture, poor body habits, poor work-life balance, and poor balancing of things. And convincing yourself, I'm busy the whole day, so I did not exercise. So exercise is different than being busy. So joint problems are very interactive. Your spine will involve the hip, your hip will involve the knee. It's an integrated phenomenon. Not one thing goes off, it's everything in a tandem that moves together. And for majority, early symptoms are reversible, but what you need to understand is what is the early symptom, what is the recurrent dislocation, when I am going to go in for a decreased flexibility and arc of motions. So those are the aspects we know that. We all see a lot of these back, everybody will have this kind of back discomfort. We have to understand that this is what lifestyle gives you, not disease gives you. Similarly, my stiffness of the areas, my neck going sour, this is again one thing. And if you are a regular exerciser, majority of those things can be weaned off. You can always prevent those things from coming in your body. I have a problem while moving my leg while getting out of a car, there's a lot of hip pains again because of the back that turns on. Knees are the workhorse. Knees are where everything works on, and my specialty is knees. I will try to focus more over there. They are the weight-bearing joints. They are the joints which bear the entire body impetus when we move forward. They handle a lot of extreme loads in your day-to-day activities when you are doing your excursion, stair climbing, sitting, body weight multiplication, and all those who were talking a lot about the diet and all will get on. But how we quantify is if one would bend forward and tie the laces on directly like this, I would say knee is fine. If your knees are doing SAR, you will never be able to kneel down and buy the laces of your shoe. So there are daily life habits which are involved, and the habits would include like high amount of heels, incorrect body posture, how I do my daily activities, and repetitive strains and habits. So these are the ones, and many times you would see people going cross bending and running on the roads and then standing by the side because there is something that is troubling them. So lifestyle drives a lot of things. Chandigarh is very blessed. I speak all over the country and I can tell you no city is as blessed as this one. And everywhere it is, the culprit is a lifestyle. They don't have places, no gardens, nothing to walk through. And muscle weakness is there. It's like a tickling bomb, tickling clock that's moving on. And you will have in the early stages mild cartilage wears and stiffness, stair climbing pain. I can't get out of the chair the moment I go to Elante. I can't suddenly move out and go to the recliner at the back. So basic activities are getting curtailed at every moment. And as you moving forward, clicks and ticks on there. So all those things are again tickling bomb that is starting up, and you need to cure things at the right time. So advanced arthritis is something that can really hamper the quality of life. So we have to stop the disease in the initial stages. I have a lot of YouTube videos on do's and don'ts with arthritis, how to keep your joints healthy, a lot of exercises that one can do. I'll try to illustrate a couple of them out here in a small amount of time. But what is very important is your body weight. So if you try to get up from the chair, if you add up 1 pound of body weight, you will have to carry forward 4 pounds extra. So if I say I gain 30 kgs, so I will be carrying over 120 kgs extra on those knees. So did you know that being overweight can exacerbate your arthritis? One factor that you cannot control your age, you cannot control your genes, you cannot control the family phenomena, but what you can definitely control is the body weight. And as the weight impacts on the joint, 4 times multiplier is going to get down onto the knees, which is the load that you are supposed to be carrying forward, and that is going to decrease the mobility. Your fat gives you a lot of inflammatory markers in the joint that is going to make your life all the more worse. So don't ignore small petty issues that they're going through, and many times people have these injuries, and because of the willpower, they would still move in. So being over enthusiastic is like killing and causing you more discomfort. So rest is extremely important. You want to be athletic body like this, for this you need to be working on a day-to-day basis, not essential. It's a marathon, not a 100-meter sprint that one has to run forward in life. So it creates a lot of emotional impacts. I deal with the geriatric old age population coming to me with bad knees, and you'll be surprised, almost 40% of them are on anxiolytics and all those medicines, because stress, negativity, all those things are already creeped in. They are not as active as before. Today we want everybody to be into a healthy lifestyle, so we have stopped talking about the surgical part and going more into a preventive horizon, how you can prevent your joints and disease, and how you can stop these persistent phenomena which are in the initial stage to go on and become permanent impairments. This was an article yesterday in Times of India on the chill pill for your joints, the small parameters that you can do to prevent your knees from becoming grotesque problem issues. So a lot of preventive things which are discussed with you that you can do on a run-to-run basis. So early management would say if it's an intervention, early cure is extremely important. You have injuries, go back to a rehab specialist, have those lot of modalities out there that can really give you a comfort in the initial stages that one is suffering from. There are a lot of non-surgical treatments. These are a couple of my videos on YouTube available. Non-surgical modalities that one can apply in day-to-day life and prevent surgeries for coming up in a small time. And don't let joint pain trouble. Why I'm mentioning this thing is because initially when I used to speak about the joint pain, it's a good but you will be surprised. Less than 55, which is the younger also, I every year operate close to 1900 joint replacements of people less than 55 years of age. So it's coming like an epidemic, so everybody needs to understand. And there are certain exercises that we can do on a day-to-day basis, like regular walking. You can do a straight leg raising, playing everything. You don't need a gym to be doing it. You can do on a day-to-day, just do straight leg raises. that helps you maintain the flexibility of your quadriceps and the hamstrings, the front muscles of the thigh and the back muscles of the thigh. A simple flexibility exercises, range of motion exercises. It's not only so Just is going to speak you a lot on these things, but not on the front muscles or the back muscles of the leg, but core muscles also play a very big role, abdominal core muscles that one needs to strengthen to keep it active. When you're doing the gym, if you have early arthritis, never apply heavy body weights because it's like two rough surfaces you're going to grind against each other. So don't use heavy weights if you have these things. If you're doing static bicycling, which you can do at every place at home, slow speed, low resistance. If you do not have any phenomena. If you have advanced arthritis, never apply with high amount of resistance. It's going to grate your joint even further. When you're doing these kind of lunges, it is very important that your knees have to be in line. If your knees are going ahead of your ankles, you're going to be causing more harm to your back while simple exercises like a lunges. And simple exercises, the technique is way more important than doing exercise. Many times I go to the gyms and being an orthopedic surgeon, I see people just putting up weights, not understanding they're doing it the wrong way. It is going to give them more harm than the benefit they are anticipating. So doing things the right way is important. Using optimal weights is important. And if you're doing leg presses and these things, it is there. You're doing these kind of exercises, the height of the table is very important. If you jump very high and strain on your back, while jumping up, you're going to be hampering your back while doing these flexibility exercises that you go through. So each and everything is a special way in which you can do. Hydration is very, very important. It's in the pani joint mein nahi jata, but your cartilage requires hydration fluids. People do not take fluids, especially in winters, and that causes more amount of stiffness in the joints. So superfoods, QSR will not tell you these things, but these are the superfood legumes and all those things, citrus, vitamin C, turmeric, haldi jo hota hai, all those things, carrots, green leafy vegetables. So these are you can always quantify the food as you move forward. I'm speaking to wrong generation, it is very much, but the moment I speak for Amritsar, Ludhiana, Pathankot, Jammu, nothing exists out here, right? So it depends on the lifestyle. Bringing movement back to your life is very, very important. It requires your food control, weight control, regular exercises, work-life balance, and mobility is the key. You need to be mobile. We always say that even when we do surgeries also, once you become active, we will give you a dusra bachpan. We will bring you back to an activity level that you have been anticipating. So age is just a number. We see people out at this city in 80s, 90s also playing golf. So mobility and protection of the joints before they get grotesque, before they get damaged. And prevention is powerful. We need to control those things at the right time. So regular exercises, movement, muscle strengthening, weight control. These are very, very important paradigms that one needs to understand if we have to control our diseases in the right stage. And this was, we were talking about the COVID time, quick snacks could be tomorrow's arthritis. So choosing your food habits is very important. I did not want to talk about these things in front of Dr. Bali, but sorry sir, it's not my field, but sweets, fried, alcohol is something where moderation is extremely important. I don't say yes or no, but what I think he also said rightly was the moderation in these things. But this is a perfect no. This causes damage in every frontier of the body that you do. So exchange unhealthy food habits to healthy ones, avoid, or I would say put a moderation to the alcohol, fried and sweets that one would go through. And exercises in any format, which Jess is going to run through in the next few minutes, any format brings you a lot of lubrication in the joints, brings you flexibility, gives you nice arc of motion, muscle building, and stay physically active. Walking, sprinting, jogging is never an issue. I still remember Milkha ji in his 80s also used to talk to me when I met Mr. Milkha Singh on Dodna Doctor Sahab, Lake the Dodange. So flexibility, fitness, irrespective of age is important. If you have arthritis, don't run on the hard floors. And there is a very big correlation to the mental well-being with health. So these are the patients where stress hormones are higher and they're going to have more amount of diseases going through. So health is wealth, as they always say. That's a titration, very important actually. Anybody who is healthy is actually wealthy, not the amount of cars or vehicles you have. So the long takeaways that I would say is reiterating on the same words. Motion is lotion. Weight management is key. Listen to the early warning signs of the body and strengthen the support system, your muscles, your core. That is what is the essence which is going to let you live decades and a lifetime. So we talk about happy knees. Happy knees is more like a prevention series that we are running through on all different points, creating an awareness on prevention, on disease control, and this is where we see that our population is going through. So health is not about living longer, it is about living better and stronger. Why I brought this question was that today, when we look at arthritis, and I don't want to sounding like a megalomaniac out here, but I operate the global world's highest number of knees. And I have a database working across the Asia and other things, where we are trying to see that in our country, especially Southeast Asia, we are going by an exponential factor of 300%. If today, I would say knee surgery becomes free, FOC, we will have somewhere close to 3 crore knee replacements happening every year in India. It's only the cost which is there. Disease is going on. We are not trying to understand, as rightly Wadhwa also said, everything we get is adulterated. The question of lifestyle, nobody discusses, no government talks about that. It's like we live a day and we live forward. We are seeing a drastic fall. A decade back, my average life for a knee replacement used to be 65 or 67. Today, it is dropped to 53, 54. So it's a blow which is coming on today. Initially, when I used to speak on the forums, I used to be identifying forums where we have octogenarians of people of 60s, 70s. That's my target audience. I've changed that today. I'm today going on to 30s and 40s and trying to say that I have lived my innings. I will keep doing what I can do, but I can see a storm coming on the way. If we do not understand at the right time, we will be victim to the same storm. Thank you, Vivek. Thanks for the opportunity to speak here.
We will take one question or two. Anybody?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Hi, Dr. Manuj.
Hi.
It's nice, always nice to hear from you. Just a general question for everyone. Out of the exercises, walking, jogging, and running, which is the best form for the middle age?
Very good. We're all in the middle age. Okay. Walking any amount is perfectly good. No issues. Nothing doing. Even I say the one exercise is irrespective of the season and the age, you can always do is static bicycling. However, it's rainy, it's winter, it's fog, it doesn't make a difference. But if you have arthritis, slow speed, low resistance is the key. Remember that point. Jogging again is good if you do not hazard. Spoke about Milkha ji, he would jog at 80s also. But if you have knee arthritis, do not jog on hard floors. You have to identify soft grounds, and jogging otherwise is very good. Running is an exercise. I have seen people in the late 60s, 70s also. If your knees are totally pristine, you have no issues, you can run any amount. But if you realize that you are touching 50s, where you already have symptoms of arthritis and things coming up, or like a couple of people are sitting out here, I know all of you, and you have a family history of arthritis. Today we are working on genetic phenomena. If you have a family tendency of arthritis, you are a high risk. So those are the people who need to be cautious. You have to be active. You have to be doing all those activities, but modify your systems. Just mend those systems, and that's the key. So all these things are there. Chandigarh, I'm time and time repeating as I speak for the whole globe, country and the globe. Chandigarh is a very, very balanced population, and I keep quoting that example. Not that I live here, so I say so, but very, very balanced place. But pardon me, the other places in the country, especially the other places in Punjab, are nowhere even 20-30% of what you guys are. You guys needs to be a role example of how life has to be lived on. So Dr. Bali, you rightly said, when I go to other places and other cities, I speak on that. The quantification of wealth is the gaddi mere kol kedi hai, the kadi ke liye, and kithe chutti nan jana. I don't think so that's the right quantification. Out here in Chandigarh, I'm proud to be living in this city where we speak of health. Vivek, whose holds obsessions to speak on prevention. So exercise regularly, maintain body weight, be in shape, and that's the mantra for life. Thank you.
And doctor, what about treadmill?
Treadmill is again good enough, sir, but if you have arthritis, don't run on the treadmills. Again, treadmill is a very broad word, what kind of a treadmill. So always have a good treadmill sports. Today we have different kinds of treadmills and you have to fit into the budget, but majority of the good ones are good enough for health. But a couple of people I see through that on the treadmill put a huge amount of an incline and a resistance, and they run on when they have arthritis. Please don't do that.
Can I take a couple of points on exercise?